Kennedie, Shuler, Néné, and Scott Rueck. Scott, the opening statement.
All right. What a fun game and fun atmosphere. I think we were just talking about it in the locker room, but the band was incredible. You can't find, we've been a lot of places. In 16 years, you see a lot of things, a lot of arenas. I've never seen a band like that anywhere. And so that also goes with Beaver Nation, just an amazing crowd today. And I think, this team is earning it. The way they're playing, the way they're competing. We're getting better minute by minute, it feels like. And so really proud of the effort today. We talked about putting together 40 minutes defensively. Clearly we did that. Our defense dipped the last couple games in the second half after building leads. Today that did not happen. Seattle U is a dangerous team, especially offensively. Just the way that they can shoot the ball from all 5 positions. It's not common. To have centers, 6'6" players that can step out and knock threes down. And so I thought we did a really nice job adapting and playing a couple different styles. And then we just had great performances throughout. And so overall, an inspiring effort and really a great win.
Kennedy, we talked earlier this week about 2 things you wanted to try and eliminate from the other team, and that was layups and catch-and-shoot threes. How do you feel like you guys did today with that?
Yeah, we let them have a few catch-and-shoot threes, which obviously is not what we want, but I think we tightened up in the second half, and then layups-wise, I thought we shut down the paint pretty well.
And Néné, I saw you get really excited when Laura came in and started having some impactful minutes. What does that mean to you, being a senior and her being a younger freshman, for her to have success?
I've been a freshman too, and I know how it feels to just sometimes be frustrated to not be able to score. And I know her, I know how good she plays and how good she practices, so I was just really excited for her to score.
For any of you, was there a moment where you kind of just saw all hope extinguish from their demeanor, and you just realized that your defense had just offensively they couldn't get anything going? Did you see that in them with your effort?
I wasn't really paying attention to them necessarily. I was just wanted to keep reminding the team to just keep going and no mercy. That was something we talked about in the locker room a lot. Like Coach said, we wanted to have a better effort on defensive end in the second half, and I thought we executed that well. So I'm proud of the group for that.
Kennedy, obviously, filling up the stat sheet in a game like this for you, 18, 7, 6, 7. What unintentional at the end there. What would you say led to that, to be able to contribute in all the different ways that you did?
Every game, I just come in and just try to let the game come to me and just do whatever I can for the team. Obviously, the 7 steals, I just love playing defense, and I think it's a great way to set the tone for the game. So, yeah, I don't have any tricks and trips. I just love to play the game, and I love to play hard and do anything to help this team win.
And Scott, when you look at that, when you look at those numbers and you see the impact beyond the numbers that she made in this game and other games, what does that make you feel as a coach?
Well, I think for all of us, we just know what we're going to get from Kennedy every game. You're going to get a huge effort, So the numbers are one thing, but I don't know how you put value on her leadership and her impact overall, and just the confidence that she gives the group. When your floor leader plays as hard as anybody that you can imagine, on either team every night, that's a great sign for your team, and it's easy to rally around that. And over the last few weeks, I can tell you that, and maybe you guys have seen it watching us, you just see Ken's leadership just growing. Just her communication to her team, her ownership over what we're trying to accomplish, her understanding of it all. She's just operating from a high level of understanding and confidence, and that just oozes out on everybody else. And she impacts the game clearly in, pretty much every way possible.
And then team defense obviously was strong to hold them to the percentage that they did, and least points since 2022, I think. What can you say about the general effort defensively that you saw?
Yeah, well, we have been playing really impactful defense for a while now. I think back to the Arizona State game. that was such a war that we had to give every ounce for 40 minutes, or 45, I should say. And this team, we know that we have that in us. We have played to the scoreboard. I don't like saying that, but it's true. We've played to the scoreboard a bit, and our effort has been a bit inconsistent, or our focus, I should say. And you can't win as big as you want if that's the case. That has to go away, and a common theme in sports right now is the standard, play to the standard. I mean, everybody's saying that right now because of obvious reasons, and but it's true. Championship teams, they don't waver on the defensive end of the floor. They're the same every possession. It doesn't matter what the scoreboard says or who's on the floor, and they never take a shot off from rebounding. Rebounding has to be there. And we talked about it in shoot-around today. We got out-rebounded at Washington State. We got out-rebounded, I think, at St. Mary's. I can't remember the other one. And that can't happen. Our system, our style, the way we play, our size, our athleticism, we should win the boards. And so today, what we did in the second half is what it should be like all the time. And so that gives all of us hope, and I think it's just infectious, within the group, and it takes all the pressure off your offense as well.
This is for both Néné and Kennedie. As leaders on this team, and you guys are undefeated at 5-0 now in conference play, how do you make sure the team doesn't get complacent?
Yeah, I think just for reminding the team that what our end goal is always, and then each game in front of us is just another game, and what we talk about is the team we're playing, they're in our way to beat our goals. So every game, obviously, we want to win. Getting complacent, I don't know. I just don't think we're going to have that issue with the group. I think we're just super tight. We rally around each other. We play super hard for each other. And, yeah, I think we got a good morale on that.
Like she said, I agree with all she said, and I also wanted to add that since this summer, we've been talking about the season, and that we wanted to be ready, that all the games that we played during the preseason was to be ready for the season, and that's what's happening now. We're just ready, I think.
And then, Coach, about a month ago, you talked about how this team was still finding its identity. Do you think the team's found it yet, and how would you describe it?
Beaver basketball. I mean, it's starting to look like it has looked for years, and that is a stingy, tough defense. It's one shot and done, and then it's efficient offense. And I think we've really grown in that area in particular. We've had gritty stretches of defense. We've been inconsistent offensively, just because of everybody learning new terminology. Brand new players at both post positions to our program this year. Just takes a while. And then you've got to see so many, we've seen so many different styles of play that now we kind of know how to handle everything, and everybody just kind of relaxes and knows where to go. So there's very few lost possessions where that was not the case earlier in the year. And so, the other night at Washington State, Ken mentioned, she said it felt offensively like a well-oiled machine. There's no shortcut to that. It takes a while to get there, and that's just attributed to the grind every day. This team practices well. They come in with a great focus. They have a good time, which I think is a prereq, for that to be possible. And they want to be great, and they have a strong will to win. So all those things are just syncing up, and so I think we're just looking like a really good team way more often, and I think we're becoming that.
Néné, obviously the defensive rebounds you had tonight were a highlight. How else do you think you impacted the team's success that won't necessarily show up in the stat sheet?
I would say I'm doing a better job at screening. I feel like it's not only about scoring, but just set up my teammate for success. And I think Ken can also relate to it. We just work well together. Even though I don't get the ball, she just get to finish, and any other courts too.
And Scott, Seattle isn't necessarily known for taking as many threes as they did today. They do sometimes, but not often. What was it like seeing that I believe half their shots overall were actually three-point attempts, and how did you work around that?
Yeah, but a little bit by design. It's their advantage against us. I think is to score from the perimeter. Assume they would be looking, for threes. They moved the ball pretty quick early. We were a step slow, I thought, in our zone in the first half, and then that all went away second half. And so while they shot threes, they were contested the entire second half. And we just got better and better, I felt, as the game went on. We want to shut down the rim, and I thought we did a really nice job of that, forcing them to take contested perimeter shots.
Hey, Coach, back here. So you guys were able to do a really good job at containing Seattle U's leading scorer, Ella Baker, right? She came into the game averaging, I believe, 15 points a game. You guys held her to only 5. How much of a focus was that on slowing her down in order for you guys to have success when you're winning this game here today?
Yeah, I thought the zone was really effective. She is such a great athlete. I mean, a year ago she was at Pepperdine, and she was the one on their roster that I really feared the most because of her athleticism and she has the ability to get a shot off that's contested and put it on the rim every time. And so I have a ton of respect for her game, and I thought our team mirrored that. I thought we really did a good job staying in front of her, forcing her to take tough shots when she did get near the basket. Several times she attacked, and I think they were opportunities where typically she would shoot it. Today, we cut her off. She turned into a passer. And so I think that was just the level of focus that we played at, that was able to disrupt her, which is not easy to do. And so that was absolutely a focal point, of our game plan.
Anybody else? All right, thanks everybody.
Anybody in the back?
Go Beavs.
Go Beavs.